This project, Community Bluescapes, is about changing the way we live and the way we make our spaces and the way we look after nature and our rivers like this, the Beverley Brook here, in the face of climate change. At the heart of our project is actually working with the community, because local people know the answers, they know the problems they've got themselves. So we're not going to just come and do this stuff and go away. Actually, the solutions that will work best will be the ones that local people think of themselves. So we're here to support and facilitate. Community Bluescapes is a partnership of 3 main local organisations. We want to bring people together in a creative space, create a creative spark, get lots of ideas going and see what sifts out, what we agree is possible and doable. And that's really what the project is about.
We have been awarded funding from DEFRA as part of their Flood and Coastal Resilience and Innovation programme. This programme is being managed by the Environment Agency, and the aim of it is to increase our resilience to flooding, which means our ability to prepare for, cope with and recover from a flood event, as well as making our natural and urban spaces more prepared for climate change. What can we do to help the environment within your local space? So you will know where the flooding issues are, where it's pooling in the highway, where the park gets really boggy, and also where it's too hot in a heat wave, that kind of thing.
So this is Rocks Lane, and historically it suffered a lot of flooding whenever it rained, because the drains here that we've got up and down the road have become clogged with silt and leaf litter. And the soakaway pipes underneath the pavement have collapsed through years of footfall, traffic, cars mounting the curb. With the council, we put in some new gullies, some new road drains, and replaced the pipes underneath the pavement so they're larger, so they can take more water at one time. And then we put them into ditches onto the common and fill these ditches with this gravel. So the gravel here would help these ditch structures keep their structure. It would prevent lots of vegetation from growing out, which could erode the banks or prevent the water from coming in. And it also makes it a bit safer for people on the common walking past. And bringing this water off the road and onto the common, we've allowed those trees perhaps an extra lifeline in more adverse conditions again in the future. This project is just one in the whole area, but it's a general idea of what we're doing. Working in other areas with friends of groups, local parks, to do much a similar thing, creating some filtration wetlands to realign the river and reconnect the river to the floodplain. So hopefully by connecting all of these green areas, these parklands, using the community and the local friends of groups and other organisations, we'll be creating a green corridor that was better able to deal with the flood risks that we're facing through climate change, be that increased sea level, higher tides or more rain. That in line with the Beverley Brook, which runs along all these areas, which is a blue corridor. It should better working with natural processes, mimicking nature and using the community to do so. We should be better able to deal with flood risk in the future, and we should increase our flood resilience. Now, flood resilience is being able to prepare for a flood, cope with the flood whilst it's here and recover from it once it's gone.
We're helping communities adapt to a changing climate, whether that's gearing up for heat waves and drought, or whether it's helping them cope with periods of heavy rainfall and flooding. And these projects very much have the community at their heart. What we want to do is tap into local knowledge, tap into people's lived experience and also their expertise. And by doing that, we can start to shape what that neighbourhood will look like. And after all, it's the people who live, work and play in a particular area that should have the final say into what their area looks like. And it's through co-production and through that level of involvement from the get-go that you can ensure a lasting legacy for any project. And that's exactly what we're about, getting that lasting legacy so people feel they can help shape their community, not just for now, but long into the future. We've been working with the people at the Castle Community Centre, and through the community centre we've started to get to know some of the people who live in the streets that are around here. We've done activities like climate cafes, drop-in gardening sessions, and one of the first projects will be getting community input to help shape some of the gardens that are in and around the community centre itself. And we'll go in and meet some of the team there now.
I'm Simon Roach. I am the Centre Director at the Castle Community Centre. I've been here 8 years. It's an amazing community. When it was built nearly 100 years ago, it was laid out in a village style, so there were lots of green spaces. The streets are really broad. There's lots of planting, so it is a community that is used to and benefiting from green spaces. Given where we are now, in terms of a changing community, a changing estate, I think there are lots of opportunities in these little build-outs in different areas in the green spaces that the community may want to get involved in looking at how we can contribute towards flood prevention and future-proofing this neighbourhood, locally getting people involved. We're really excited about being part of the partnership with CommunityBlueScapes. There are lots of opportunities around our building. We've talked about capturing the huge rainfall that comes off our roof. It's a really steep pitch. We get lots of rain coming down. So being able to harvest that rain with water butts is going to be really useful to us. We also manage the local allotments. So those allotments use a lot of water in the summer. So again, water butts are going to be really helpful. And actually looking to getting people involved in this project is something that's really, really exciting and something that I'm sure the community are going to pick up and grasp.
I'm super excited to be working with CommunityBlueScapes because I guess the ethos of the organisation, what the team are doing is really important. Being so close to the river, looking at how we manage rainwater as one example is really important because the area is so vulnerable to flooding. Having seen the example on Queen Caroline Estate of how they've built rainwater gardens and harvested rainwater from the roofs, the drain pipes, like I can see how it can relate to this space. We've got like housing with lots of green spaces. We've got an outdoor space on the allotment. We can make the area more self-sufficient and do quite a lot for the environment in the meantime. I think for people living locally, it's a really nice opportunity to kind of have an input into their own neighbourhood, to influence what it looks like. It's very easy for outsiders to come in and tell people what they'd benefit from or what would work or what would be nice. And this is a, you know, this co-production opportunity is a chance for people to have their say and get involved kind of on their own terms and to potentially see the results of that, which is a really nice opportunity.
CommunityBlueScapes will make Richmond fitter for the future, richer in nature, people will be happier, we'll be making loads of new friends in this project. So come and join us, get involved, and hopefully we'll see you soon.